Oh man, so Algorand and Coti are down 4.7 and 5% each roughly today. And what is going on? Why are we down? What's going on in the broader market? Let's take a look. So what we can see is that Bitcoin has had a bit of a cooling off today. Let's start off with Bitcoin, and you can see Bitcoin is sitting at 57,154. Again, it's been an absolute tear. So kind of Bitcoin, this is expected. We broke out this continuation pattern on the ascending bull flag, and then we got a bit of a cooling off. We came back down. Let's remove this EMA ribbon so you can see. We kind of just cooled off sideways here a little bit before we can try head higher to $60,000 on Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin dominance is rapidly growing up. This is on the hourly chart. You can just see it just keeps ramping up. And the last time we saw such massive growth in Bitcoin dominance is when Bitcoin was at $12,000, right? And Bitcoin went on an absolute tear there. But we have to be prepared for this to rotate to the downside, because once Bitcoin gets a calling off and the dominance gets a calling off, money will start to rotate back into our altcoins. But for now, liquidity is moving the other way. People are selling altcoins, whether it's right or wrong. I think that's wrong, to fund the Bitcoin pump, right? Everyone's expecting a Q4 last quarter of a 4-year cycle pump, and that people are taking advantage of this FOMO and they're selling their coins and they're buying into Bitcoin ready for that pump up to $100,000, right? And that's why you're getting all these projects kind of falling down at the moment, because yesterday we had Bitcoin up 4-5% and altcoins were flat, if not barely moving, okay? And today when Bitcoin's flat, obviously your altcoins are then going to lose, and you can see everything's fallen down here. We made a video on Phantom down 10%. You've got Luna down 7%. I'm showing you Cardano right now. If I switch over to the 4-hourly, you remember yesterday we said we were creating this wedge. We need to decide which direction we're going to head in, and it broke down to the downside, okay? So Cardano's now trying to fight for a bit of support here at the $2.80, 90 mark, and it's trying to get some support. Let's see on the hourly chart if we're getting any support. Yep, getting a little bit of support there on Cardano on the hourly. Now let's switch down to Algorand, and we've got a similar pattern. We've created that wedge and we broke down to the downside and exactly bounced off the level which I mentioned to you guys, which is the $1.64. So it's fighting for this $1.64 level. If we lose that level on a $1.64, we could be heading quite far down. We've got a bit of resistance here at the bottom of the wedge at $1.55. Let's put that in there. Kind of got a bit of resistance there, but otherwise we're heading down to $1.33. So if you're buying any of these projects, please be ready for further dips. This is by no means the bottom of the dip on these altcoins. But this, for me, and this is not financial advice, represents some really juicy entry points. I mean, just go back and remember how many people were FOMOing in on Algorand at $2.05. I mean, just to get to that all-time high, which we're already at, and we know when altcoin season gets started, we can easily get there. If you're buying now, you've got a 54% pump just to get to the all-time high, right? Which is something we've proven just a couple of, this is weeks ago, right? 12th of September, weeks ago, that we can achieve. So that's how quickly altcoins move. Right now, Bitcoin's having its moment, and we can't deny Bitcoin its moment. I want Bitcoin to have its moment. So anybody that's waiting for Bitcoin to fall, that's not the way, right? We want Bitcoin to have its moment. Let it grow the market, bring attention, bring investors, bring institutional money, really push on. And then later on, we'll be prepared for when the alt season comes in too, right? So the only people who are not excited with this Bitcoin move are people who don't have enough allocation in Bitcoin, which is why I always say a big portion of your portfolio should be in Bitcoin. I mean, mine's 50% plus, right? 50% in Bitcoin should be your allocation, so you can take advantage of these pumps, and you shouldn't be FOMOing in trying to sell your altcoins to get into Bitcoin. So the same story for Coti. Coti was forming nice patterns, fighting for 66, came in this downward channel, tried to go again, but the wider market is saying, no, we've not got any time for altcoins right now, and it's taken a hit, right? It fell out of my buy zone a little bit here, so it's got nice and cheap here, and I'd be happy to top up. If it falls down to 43 cents, I'll be buying too. I'm happy to build up Coti because I think this is going to go on an absolute run once altcoin season starts. So this is a great time for you to really look at some of these coins and see, which ones do you want in your bag for the next alt season, right? As they say, don't buy your winter coats in winter. Buy them in the summer. You can get a discount, right? And then you're ready for the winter. When everybody's panicking, going looking for a winter coat, you're good to go. So in this case, Solana, look at this. You're getting Solana now 142. Again, there are people aping in at 215 up here. So just for us to get back down here, we've got, you're buying Solana at a 50% discount off of your highs there. So come on, this is the great opportunity for us to be loading up on some of our favorite plays. And that's exactly what I've done on Phantom. I've made a video on Phantom, and I'll be doing the same on ALGORAND and COTI. But like I said, be prepared for more dips. Coming on to the crypto fear and greed index, you can see we're on 78. There's a lot of greed right now in the market, and particularly Bitcoin greed, right? You can see here on this alt season index, you can see if I just scroll up there, we're really heading towards a Bitcoin season. We're not fully there yet. Bitcoin's got a long way to go, and that's why there's going to be more pain in altcoins. So I'm not saying this is the floor. These altcoins can go further down, absolutely, as Bitcoin is growing. But again, if your portfolio allocation is fine, you'll be fine because your Bitcoin value will be going up and your altcoins will be taking a hit, but overall your portfolio should be fine. And then obviously when altcoins take a resurgence, then you should be in a good place. So Bitcoin is heading towards a Bitcoin season, still not at breakneck what we've seen going back to even here, this period in 16th of the 8th. So yeah, a long way to go here. That's August time there. So want to remind you guys of this as well. So we've got, this is the path to alt season. So, and this, I put this in the other video as well, but this is really important because this plays out time and time again, right? And every time in the cycle, this is what you see. Phase one, Bitcoin, right? Flow of money moves into Bitcoin, causing price surges. That's where we're at right now, right? Money is coming into Bitcoin, new money and existing money from altcoins. Then you'll get a phase where Ethereum would start moving, right? So Ethereum starts outperforming Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is doing 2-3%, Ethereum's doing 5-6%, and we start hearing talks of the flipping, right? Ethereum's going to flip Bitcoin. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this time round Ethereum moves with some other layer one platforms, such as maybe Cardano or Solana or something like that, because Ethereum's not the only one, right? There's other projects which are standing on their own now. And then once that's done, you then get your large cap moving, right? That's where you right now classified as large caps, so your Cardanos, your Luna, your Phantoms, all these platform Chainlinks, Matic, Polkadot, then those guys can start moving, and then you get your alt season, which is all your small caps, everything's moving, everybody's buying into Shiba and Dogecoin and a bunch of other meme coins, Safe Moon and some Moon and other sort of coins. They'll start buzzing around this point here, okay? Same cycle we see every time, right? But when you're in this cycle, don't follow what the herd is doing, right? If everybody's buying Bitcoin, you're buying Bitcoin expensively. Why were you not buying when it was at 29? And when everybody's buying Ethereum later and you're buying Ethereum after it's pumped up 15%, and then you rotate all your Bitcoin out to Ethereum, that's what everybody else would be doing. So you're buying Ethereum expensive. So if you have conviction in Ethereum, why wouldn't you buy now? The only reason you wouldn't is if you don't have conviction in Ethereum, in Solana, in Luna, in some of these amazing projects like Cardano. And if you do, you'll be prepared to take these discounts now and start nibbling in. Again, not financial advice. Do your own research, because if you don't have conviction in these plays, guys, I'm telling you, you will sell. If you buy now, Algorand, because you watch this video, and then when it drops down to here, you're panicking because you're 18% down, you're going to sell. And then you were better off being in Bitcoin, right? So if you don't have conviction for these altcoin plays and you have a short-term time horizon, then this is not what you want to be doing. Only buy if you have high conviction. I have high conviction in these plays. That's why I'm buying these, because I see in the next altcoin season, these ones will be absolutely ripping, because these are all solid projects and ones which I want to be in for the long run. And again, let's take a look at total 2 as well, because the total 2 will give you an indication of the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin. So let's take a look at this on the daily, and you can see it's growing. The altcoin market is still rallying up, right? So everything is still rallying. It's just that versus Bitcoin, it's not moving as quickly. Bitcoin is just out pumping all the altcoins, which is why you're getting this uptick in your BTC dominance, okay? Now, if Bitcoin starts to struggle to break 60,000, right? So if Bitcoin gets up to 60,000 and struggles or starts channeling sideways or even corrects back down to this major trend line, then at that point, you will see altcoins start to do a little bit better, right? Because the dominance will start to reverse. And we've seen it time and time again. Let's take a look at the other thing we need to look at is BTC is stronger than we've seen before. These are the number of shorts, right? These are the number of people that are short Bitcoin. And as you can see now, these are very low levels we're seeing down here, okay? Compared to what we had here in June, we had this pump in, that was in June as well. So 27th June, 18th June, and here we had a pump in July. You had some shorts in May. So Bitcoin is really doing well. And that's the difference between where we're at in this Bitcoin cycle and the one previously. So if I come out onto the daily, So if you're asking me what's the difference between when we run up to 64,000 here versus when we're doing it now, there's a whole bunch of shorts waiting for us here. There's a whole bunch of leverage positions waiting for us here. Right now, the leverage is not in the market. Bitcoin is doing this without leverage. And that's what's powerful about this run up. It's a bit overextended right now, but it's doing it without leverage. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get a calling off. In fact, a calling off would be good. Get a retest from somewhere here and head back with some strength towards 60,000. If Bitcoin just breaks straight through 60,000 now, I mean, this could really be a sign for Bitcoin to head up to even 150, 200,000 before the end of the year. I mean, that would be a ridiculous. Look at that. Look how vertical, parabolic that is. I mean, that's rapid. I mean, straight up. It's quicker than the pump up we had here to 57,000. It's just gone straight up vertical. And again, if you were trying to time the market and you sold out your Bitcoin on the 29th of September, I mean, and you didn't enter in, where would you have entered in? You would have to consistently pay 10% more to get back into your Bitcoin. And that is why I don't like playing the timing game. I want to make sure I've got all of my money in high conviction plays, and I'm not going to be the oracle. I'm not going to know when these things are going to move. I'm just going to sit on them. When I see it nice and cheap, I buy. When it's a bit more expensive, but I still have high conviction, I start nibbling. And if it gets too expensive and it's pumping it to the stratosphere, I have to be happy with my position size. Okay, so there you have it, guys. There is an update on Algorand and Coti and why they're down 5% each. Generally, not for themselves, but the whole altcoin market is down right now. And that's why I spent some time talking about altcoins and my strategy and what I'm doing. I know the market is doing the opposite. They're FOMOing into Bitcoin. I'm also buying Bitcoin, I'm also keeping my Bitcoin position. If I see nibbles and dips down, I'm not buying on this pump. But I'm saying if it comes down and corrects or gets a bit of a cooling off, I'm happy to top up a little bit of Bitcoin. But I'm not selling my altcoins right now. If anything, I'm adding to my high conviction plays because I think that is the best thing to do in this market right now. No doubt when Bitcoin starts cooling off, people are going to be searching for yield, and then they'll be coming back across to altcoins. You've got to be prepared. Don't try to time the market. Get into your high conviction plays and sit there, be patient, but you've got to have conviction. Such a key ingredient. The people who get burned are those that do not have conviction. So that's really important, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my perspective, then please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.